The story begins on top of a mountain surrounded by a lava sea. A traveler named Agni is a fire dragon knight who owns the 31st place in the Korean hero ranking. His goal is to obtain a legendary item from the flame dragon. Since Agni literally controls fire, this item will greatly enhance his combat power. As suddenly in the distance, Agni noticed what he had come here for. The same ranker that, sleeping in the middle of a volcano, caught his eye. Agni was stunned by what he saw. How can this rancher sleep in such a dangerous place? On top of that, it's very hot in here. Noticing the legendary artifacts lying next to the sleeping ranker, Agni has the audacious idea to capture them. After all, the guy is asleep. What can he do? Quickly summoning her fire dragon, Agni directs it towards the carefree sleeping rancher. But the rancher dodged the lunge without even opening his eyes. Ranker was under the influence of some skill. Narcolepsy. Just another one of this game's buffs. The still sleeping ranker fights back against Agni. Thoth, in turn, uses a powerful fire shield, but his defense is easily penetrated by an unknown chain of debuffs. Momentarily, the rancher acquires a host of afflictions, receiving a message from the game system. Game over. One of the punishments is a 24-hour ban. This is probably the worst punishment for the nerds of this game. But what about the rancher? Nothing much. He's still sleeping like nothing happened. A couple hours later, the rancher deigned to wake up. After collecting the fallen items from Agni, a sleepyhead named Hyun Sung, with the specialization descendant of Thananos, decides to take the fire dragon himself. Sometime before that, the real world. Hen is told off for being late for work, due to his sister's caregiver being late. After finishing telling off Hen, Manager Pak asks him to bring him some coffee. The action shifts to Hen's apartment. He's escorting his sister's caregiver. His sister is excited about the arrival of her brother. By the way, the sister's name is pretty much the same, Henna. Henna lost his parents and the ability to walk. It's too hard at such an early age. The car in which Henna and her parents were traveling crashed into a truck. Fortunately, Henna was able to escape death. But her parents were less fortunate. She blames herself for the accident, as she was the one who asked her parents to take her to dinner that night. The doctor said her body was getting better and recommended playing VR games. The game Henna plays is called The Idea, the greatest game. Its size circumscribes the Earth. It is commonly referred to as Other Earth. Hen took the game capsule for himself too, for a simple reason. Time in the game flows slower than in life. He can sleep 20 hours in it, while on Earth he can sleep only 4 or 5. The current idea does not only fulfill the function of a game, now it is a whole industry in which people invest. There have been cases of people quitting their jobs to play the game. As a kid, Hen was very good at games. He was called to play on the pro stage. If his parents had been there, he would have done it a long time ago. However, he should think about his sister. He moves into the world of the game. Collapsing on the bed, Hen goes to sleep. System alert. In-game sleep time has reached 10,000 hours. System alerts. Your specialty has been changed to the legendary one, Descendant of Thananos. After getting a good night's sleep, Hen notices new notifications. Hen reflects on the fact that in this game you can earn good money. He seriously thought about it and decided to try it. The money from savings should be enough for a while. Hen, as a kind older brother, helps his sister to the bathroom, because she just woke up. But she is not happy about it, because she is no longer a child. Thanks to the game, Henna will be able to walk again. But right now the progress is not so great. But she is trying, and she is doing great. The action shifts to the office, where Hen is handing in his resignation letter. Hen says all the things he's had to say over the years. Hen comes to the club to study the game thoroughly. He stumbles upon a manual written for newcomers to make it easier for them to get to grips with the game. As it turns out, the higher the level of specialization, the harder it is to level up. Based on this, strength is only affected by straight arms and high level, as well as good specialization. Hen rents a capsule and lies down in it. Hen is transported to the starting location, where he usually spends his entire nap. For now, he decides to save his characterization points for later, because who knows when they'll come in handy. Thananos is the god of sleep and death. He is called the sharpest of the gods. Nothing can stop him. Hen is very surprised by the description, but it doesn't explain the specialization itself. He looks at the list of skills he's gotten. For starters, 6 skills is wonderful. Narcolepsy of Thananos is an ability that allows you to sleep and level up. Thananos' sleep allows you to gain DP depending on the time you sleep. Points can be spent in the DP shop. Even legendary items can be purchased in the store. However, the store only appears once a month. Thananos' Lunanism is a passive skill that turns on during sleep if the character is attacked. Thananos Nightmare allows you to wield any type of weapon, as well as it applies to all of the player's weapons. Coven of Death grants the ability to put an enemy to sleep for 1 minute. Hen is very happy with this arrangement. If special skills are taken into account, he starts with 10. Narcolepsy skill activated randomly. Hen sinks into a sleep that will end in 11 hours. After falling asleep in the game, Hen gets out of there and asks for a refund, hoping for understanding from the game parlor. The action shifts to the hospital grounds. Henna is trying to walk on a special machine, small steps, but she is getting closer to her goal. Psychologist Lee Mina praises Hina for her progress. The psychological barrier she has already overcome, which is a great achievement. As it turns out, Henna earns money at Idea and pays for her own treatment. She wants to know her brother's reaction. Hen calls his sister and inquires about her affairs, her health, and her whereabouts. Henna's coming home. Hen tells his sister about quitting his job to make money in the game. Henna is very happy about this outcome because a lot of people can make money there. She saw how her brother was killing himself at work, and she felt sorry for him. She says she's well pumped in this game, she's officially in the top 100 players, and she's paying for her own medical treatment. Hen is confused by these words. He wants to know more about it. However, he is worried for nothing. He also added that he would reach the top 1,000 in 3 months. Hina was very surprised. She guessed that her brother had gotten some good specialization. Hen starts a new job, he lays down in the capsule and confirms entry into the game. He's back in the newcomer village, where there isn't a single soul. With the narcolepsy skill, Hen was able to sleep for almost 60 hours. His level increased. A year later, Hen did make it to the door behind which the training is located. He is transported to a learning zone where he can understand the basics of the game that will feed him in the future. System alerts. Choose a weapon and destroy the scarecrow. Upon completion, you will receive this weapon as a reward. Hen has a second Dan in Kendo, so he chooses the sword without a second thought. Hen deals with the scarecrow without much trouble. Now he can go to any village. Also, he set a world record. After receiving awards, Hen also became an unofficial ranker, so what will Hen say? He ponders which village he might go to. Hen chose Deha village because it's the most difficult village for beginners, which means it's where the most experience is, since there are no players there. The action shifts to Deha's village, where the guards are discussing that no one is visiting them. For newcomers, this village is the most difficult, because its monster, the acid slug, is the most difficult for newcomers. People gathered to see who had visited their village, seeing the light that had illuminated their backwater. The residents were upset because they were only visited by a newcomer who was just learning the world of the game. After recognizing where the mobs are, Hen runs to the location, expecting to level up. Hen saw the enemy. It wasn't huge in size, but it wasn't easy to hit, although it was possible. Why are newcomers afraid of it? Hen lands a crushing blow on the slug. He defeated him. It was pretty easy. The guards are glad that Hen was able to defeat the slug. They give him coins for a scroll of teleportation to another village, for they don't want him to go to the orc camp, for they think he will stay there forever. Hen stumbles upon the orcs, who are clearly not friendly. He deals with the orcs, though they are fast. Their weapons are quite large, making it difficult to move. The orc hunt goes well and Hen raises level after level. The action shifts to the guards of the village who are dying of boredom. They see a silhouette in the distance and are frightened. It turns out to be Hen, who is wondering where to sell the obtained remains of the orcs. Naturally, the guards are shocked. The good guard suggests where things can be sold, pointing in the direction of the miser. Hen arrives at the store where he sees an old grandfatherly miser, who is only too happy to see new additions to the merchandise. The fence was dumbfounded. Who was this hero? The fence gave Hen 150 gold pieces, which equaled 15,001. He had earned that kind of money in just half an hour. Hen thought that he should focus on leveling up. However, he could make money from junk. "We need to work harder," Hen shouted. After gaining motivation, Hen continued to annihilate the monsters. Hen is frustrated because in 10 hours of play he couldn't reach the 100th level. System alert. 140 free skill points. Finished with his business, Hen decides to open a DP store. Opening the regular box, he received the iron dagger. Upon opening the rare box, Hen received the bloodstone ring. Hen thinks it's the best item of rare. He's happy with the arrangement. Upon opening the unique box, a branch of Islas fell out to him. Hen is upset. After all, it's just a stick. What's the big deal? He opens the hero box. From there falls out Ilas's failed creation. Hen remarks that this item is probably quest-related. It's worth keeping. Finally, he gets to the legendary boxing from which the egg. Hen is extremely dissatisfied because he just threw his money away. Letting go of the situation, Hen decides to buy skills from the DP store. New skill, running, normal, plus to running speed. New skill, shooting Matena, rare, Creates 5 bullets that concentrate mana. New skill. Berserk Battle Cry. Unique. The next 10 seconds will be ignored. New skill. Serenade of the Siren. Heroic. You can summon male creatures within a 100-meter radius. New skill. Reaper Chains Legendary. Chains attack all enemies within 30 meters. At that moment, while Hen was unlocking the skills, the Unseen was watching it. Inferno is the company that created the idea. Henna is proposed to be added to the watch list at the highest level. As they watch his progress, they notice that Hen has been given a quest by Eyeless. Hen has gotten a key item for that quest. The people of Inferno are watching Hen's progress. They're watching to see what skills fall to him. The action shifts to Hen, who is musing about the DP store. In almost 3 hours of real time, he earned 100,000 won. Hen is ready to go after the boss to become the best. He's trying to find the boss in the orc camp. Using Siren's Serenade, Hen found the boss, who turned out to be Kurak, the hero of the Red Orcs. After chaining the enemies, he defeated everyone, including the boss. At this rate, Hen will approach the world top very soon. System alerts. You have received the Kurak's secret passage card. Looking off into the sunset, the hero ponders the items dropped from the orcs. He decides to head for the cave, which should have more dangerous monsters in it. The secret dungeon appeared before him. System alert. You are the first to enter a secret dungeon. You will be credited with double the experience. Hen encounters the first enhanced monster, just as quickly forgetting about it. He continues to massacre monsters, almost without noticing them in his path. Henna and the caregiver discuss her brother's endeavors. She reasons that she could have been in school like normal kids, but the accident ruined everything. Henna tells the members of the guild she's in that her brother has started playing Idea. The action shifts to a rehabilitation center where Henna is practicing her walking skills. The action shifts to Hen, who continues to annihilate monsters. There's a door in front of him, behind which should be a mini-boss. The aggressive orcs are already ready to tear Hen apart. He decides not to waste much energy and saves it for the boss. The orcs begin to annoy Hen. He decides to show his might. Hen uses a mental blast. The experience from this battle will help Hen progress in the following battles, so he should memorize his enemy's moves. Hen continues to fend off the orc shaman's attacks while continuing to attack himself. Having dispersed the orcs, the only one left was the shaman, who was furious. A few lucky moves, and the mini-boss was defeated. Another victory for the newcomer. Hen is already in anticipation of the boss who is waiting for him outside the door. This will be an unforgettable battle for him. Actions are moved to the user management office, from where the BP idea is picked up. Employees discuss a newcomer who shows very high hopes, as well as concerns about what might happen. Fortunately, the bosses aren't too bothered by it. They're busy with other things. The problem was Director Min Yura of the development team. Only she was worried about the promising newcomer. Perhaps it was all about the specialization of Descendant of Thananos. Descendant of Thananos was differentiated from other specializations by its high rank. It was added to the game as extra content that hardly anyone was supposed to get. Min Yura is the cherry on the cake in the development of Idea. Without her, this game wouldn't be as special. The workers continue to discuss the progress of Hen, who has already reached the 33rd level. Hardly anyone would be able to do it faster than him. One of the workers says it's a big challenge for many players to pump from level 30 to level 60. It's interesting to see how Hen will handle it. The employee cheerfully shouts that exactly where Hen goes, she is. Paramount Mountain is a place where the best players feel out of place, let alone a rookie. At this point, the ranchers are fighting a huge Cyclops. They're clearly in trouble. With his huge fist, Cyclops strikes at the defenseless girl, however. She does not miss and blocks his lunge. The little sorceress orders a retreat so her allies don't get hit. She's summoning a gravitational meteor. The girl that blocked the Cyclops' blow a moment ago runs to help the little sorceress, pulling her out of the epicenter of the blow. She commands her comrades to do maximum damage to the monster. The heroes immediately heed the order and attack the monster. They only have a little time to do so. They gain the upper hand over the Cyclops. This fight was not an easy one, even for such experienced ranchers. After the victory, the heroes discuss their accomplishments and the girl from the team who didn't show up for this fight. Hero Guild consists of 7 people, led by leaders Sunny and Rin of legendary rank, Tanguri, Henna and Stu of heroic rank, I and Kaiser of unique rank. The heroes discuss Rin's sister, who she wants to invite to the guild. Everyone agrees as she passes all the conditions, namely, the minimum rank. After discussing all the important news, the heroes began to divide the spoils from the Cyclops. Rin thinks to herself that after dividing the spoils, she'll go to the second account where Ye Yun should be waiting for her. Events shift to Hen coming to the door with the boss. Upon entering the room, Hen sees a huge monster sitting across from him, apparently asleep. The boss suddenly wakes up and starts growling. Now Hen realizes that he has stumbled upon the ultimate boss. The monster's screams send shivers down his body. After gathering his strength, he attacks the boss. But the unexpected happens. The narcolepsy skill kicked in at the worst possible time, and with it, lunaticism. The workers are happy about this outcome. He's finally asleep. An employee asks his boss about lunaticism, which is designed to fight in his sleep. This means that Hen will defeat the boss without even seeing his second phase. The screens show the hero continuing to fight while he sleeps. 20 minutes later, the boss was defeated and Hen remained unharmed. Everyone in the office was shocked, but Hen's artificial intelligence has a flaw. He can only fight, nothing more. Immediately after the battle, Hen went to bed. Office workers unaware of this flaw are discouraged, but those who knew are gloating. Hen wakes up and is angry. What a bad time to trigger the skill. But nothing AI should be able to get good at it while narcolepsy is active. Suddenly, a certain Jae-hwan called on the phone. The guys meet at a bar where they have a good time. Jae-hwan is one of Hen's few friends from middle school. Apparently, he has some sort of excuse since he called his old friend to a place like this. Jae talks about starting his own business, which he couldn't be happier about. Hen is also very happy. He asks what Jae does. Maybe it's a video. An advertisement? An old friend replies that he basically does the same thing. He edits videos to make them look much better. Jae tells us that he has started his own business, which he couldn't be happier about. He adds that he makes the most videos on idea. Hen marvels at that. A company of video editors who do their job to a high standard. After talking about Jae, he says it's time to talk about his close friend. What does he do now that he's quit his job? Hen replies that he will make money at idea. Jae is very surprised. Smiling wryly, Jae asked about Hen's specialization. Divine, Hen replied. After his words, Jae knocked over the glass. Jae said that Hen is obligated to make a video. Jae said that one such video can earn about 1 million won, adding that one person he works with makes 100 million won from such videos. Hearing such amounts, Hen immediately took out a pen to sign the contract. I wonder where he got the pen from. Jae explains what his friend needs to do to record the video. Hen asks his friend to handle his channel, in which case they will split the profits in half. Jae asks for 20% instead of 50% because they are friends. Hen recalls that his friend gave him his tuition money when he ran out of money to pay for his sister's treatment. Hen will never forget that help. Well, they've made up their minds. That's worth a drink. Jae recalls that he was bullied in middle school and only Hen reached out to him. After arriving home, Hen sends the video to his friend for processing so he can edit it. The video came to Jae. He's already downloading it to see what he's been discounted. Oh my god, this is awesome! Jae shouts with joy and amazement as he watches the video. Jae immediately rewinds the video to the boss battle, so what can he see there? After starting the boss battle, Hen immediately fell asleep. However, Jae notices that the fighting style has changed a bit, but it's still just as graceful. Jae reflects that it is as if he has a second personality appearing. During sleep, the personality that appears is that of a knight, and before sleep, it is that of a hunter. Hen destroys a boss that hasn't even made it to stage 2, much to Jae's surprise. How cool is that? Jae watched mesmerized. Hen is awakened by an exploding phone, which may soon be bursting with Jae's messages. Jae says it's the best video he's ever seen. Even the pro players didn't send anything like this. Jae has already written about the order to his employees. They were surprised by this video too. It really hurt them too. The action shifts to the twins having breakfast. Henna tries to find out her brother's rank and specialization, but he is adamant. Hen reveals that he has reached level 30, but Hen is very surprised since her brother has only been playing for 1 day. Upon entering the game, Hen notices the mountain of messages that came to him while he wasn't playing. He tries to find the rewards he got for the boss. However, they are nowhere to be found. System alerts. After defeating the boss, you have been sent to the nearest village. You should pick up the dropped items quickly. If you don't, they will be lost. Hen is very disappointed. He decides to open the character menu. If he pumps a little, he can wear Eyeless's failed creation, as well as he was given a new skill, Nocturne of Thanatos. With each successful hit, the hero imposes fear on enemies. Well, even with that consideration, Hen doesn't get upset. However, he doesn't give up hope, returning to the scene of the boss battle. But at this point, there was no longer a passage to the dungeon. Time to open the characteristics window. Hen puts on his sword. Eyeless's failed creation. Hen decides to find a place to pump. He found the city of Recca. Apparently this one is an improved version of Deha. Upon entering the town, Hen hears that life here is bustling. Everyone wants something and is looking for someone. Hen has found Lycan's dungeon, however. He can't get there because he's not in a group of 3. Now Hen is now a regular resident of Recca. He is also looking for people to recruit for the dungeon. Rin, who was playing on her second account, happens to be in the same square. She hears Hen shouting, who is recruiting players. Rin approaches him to ask to be in the group. She adds that there will be someone else with her, so the group will be 3 people. Rin was very interested in Hen. She wondered if he could keep up with their speed. She thinks of Ye-un, Rin's sister with paired blades. Her pace is too fast. Thanks to Hen, she can be stopped. Rin is texted by her sister. She's on her way over soon. While she's on her way, Hen decides to go buy a new sword. Hen came with a new sword of a rare rank, though it didn't differ in appearance from the previous one. The players arrive at the cafe where Ye-un was sitting, who is already waiting for them. Hyun and Ye-un get to know each other. As it turns out, the girl is not too talkative. Hen joins the girls in the patty, his level showing above him. The girls are disappointed. They think he's going to be a liability in this passing game. After discussing the points, Hen asks if they are ready to go. Girls are surprised because it is worth analyzing the dungeon before going into it. Well, that's okay. They don't do that often, so it's not a problem. The heroes are heading to the dungeon any minute now. They came to a spot, the entrance to the cave in front of them. Ye-un suggests that Hyun go first. She wants to see what their new ally can do. Hen didn't mind at all, which surprised the girls. After discussing the details, the heroes traveled to the entrance of the dungeon. Hen sets up a video recording for his friend to edit. Time to begin. The first enemy in the dungeon appeared in front of Hen. Hen will attack the monster. He's using the nocturne on the enemy. It wasn't a problem for Hen to defeat the monster. The girls were shocked. He's just a beginner. Why does he have such polished moves? Time to start hunting, Hen said. He rushes straight at his enemies. The girls can't keep up with his speed. Hen has no problem dealing with multiple enemies. Ye-un tries to keep up with him. However, her attempts are even. Rin tries to catch up with the two. But upon arriving at the scene of the battle, she doesn't realize where all the monsters have gone. "Oh, are you here yet? Let's get a move on," said Hen. The girls were extremely surprised at such boldness. The hero rushes into the distance to annihilate enemies. The girls try to keep up while dealing with their enemies in parallel. Hyun is surprised at Ye-un's skill. She's pretty fast. He contemplates mastering paired blades, just like Ye-un. No, we shouldn't change our fighting style so drastically, Hen reflected. Rin barely made it to the battle site, but there was no one else to fight. Apparently she was wrong about Hen. He suggests moving on. The girls think Hen is mad at them. The action takes place in the castle of the Guild of Heroes. They are the only guild of 7 people that got their own territory. It's so boring without Rin. Sony, who has a legendary rank, complains. Her yearning is interrupted by someone teleporting into the castle. It turned out to be Henna. Sony was very happy to see her. The girls discuss why Hyunwoo's brother quit his job for the game. Sony asks about her brother's rank, but she doesn't know herself. She's left to guess that he got a minimum heroic rank. This means that he will be able to join the guild, but there's no need to rush. She tells her that her brother raised level 30 in just 1 day. Sony is very surprised. Maybe he lied? Henna assures her friend that it is not a lie, because her brother is not like that. He will not lie on such topics. Sony says that at this rate, her brother might play even better than Rin. The girls decide to call her, however, upon picking up the phone. She said she was busy. Henna suggests that Sonya hunt together so she doesn't get upset. The action shifts to Hen and his comrades struggling to catch up. A cloud of enemies reappears in front of Hen, disappearing after a moment. The monsters are launching an attack on him. Wasting no time, Hen uses a volley against a whole horde of enemies. Monsters take significant damage. This attack knocks many of them out. He has no problem killing the rest of the enemies with his sword. The monsters surrounded him. Hen expected this. He uses Nocturne on all the enemies around him. He is extremely dissatisfied. He feels like he needs to swing not 5 times more, but 10 times more. Hen offers the girls a rest, and they agree without a second thought, because it's torture to chase after him. While the girls are resting, Hen decides to practice with his sword. The system alerts. You are losing your health due to overstressing your body. The girls are now ready to move on after a little rest. Hen promises he won't be so abrupt, will try to slow down. The heroes are faced with a werewolf, but he is different from his other kin. There are regular monsters behind the mutant. It won't be easy to defeat them all by yourself, said Hen. Hen tells the girls to take care of the regular monsters, while he himself will take care of the elite one. An elite monster attacks Hen, but Hen wasn't so simple. He had no problem dodging the monster's lunge. The beast screams, then rage. At the same time, Hen pokes at him. Hen throws a dagger at the enemy. The monster has no problem blocking the threat flying at it. It was a distraction. Hen seized the moment and delivered a crushing blow to the enemy. The beast is very angry. He threatens Hen. The hero uses Nocturne on the monster. System alert. You have destroyed a werewolf. After winning, Hyun observes the girls, studying their style. Rin acts carefully and deliberately. Ye Yun, on the other hand, is quick and precise. Hen remarks that girls are good at fighting. The ravenously tired girls were done with the monsters. They wouldn't do without a break. Hen supports the idea of a break. The heroes deserve a break. He takes a seat across from the girls. They're glad he's tired because he can finally take a break. What bad timing. Narcolepsy skill activated. Hen is forced to fall asleep. Hen is upset because he thinks the girls won't want to be in a group with him anymore. But he won't be a burden. The AI should be able to handle it. The girls notice that Hen has fallen asleep. It's not surprising, since after expending so much energy, he was still on his feet. Suddenly, Hyun stands up abruptly. Rin and Ye-Yun don't understand what's going on. Could it be that Hyun has woken up? A sharp climb is followed by an equally sharp dash toward the enemies from Hen. The girls run after their new companion at the same moment. In trying to catch up with Hen, the girls stumble upon a place he's been before. But the items he's dropped from enemies he hasn't picked up. So they decide to collect them and give them to him on occasion. After 10 hours inside the game, they still couldn't catch up to Hen. The girls noticed the boss's room. It's likely that's where Hen ran in. Hen was already standing in front of the door. The heroes had gotten here in just a day, at a time when normal players spend 2 or even 3 days. Everyone in the group is in place. The system requests entry to the dungeon. It cannot be left while the boss is defeated. Hen opens the door without a second thought. But the girls haven't even taken a break. They're going to have a hard time fighting. Actions are transferred to the real world, where Hen is already looking for a place to hunt alone. He has already reached the 46th level. You need to look for enemies twice as strong, so that the pumping goes faster. Hen was called by Jay. It was clear from his voice that he was riddled with fatigue. Jay hadn't slept in 2 days. All that time he had been editing the video that Hen had sent him. Jay asks if Hyun remembers the moment he defeated the boss, but Hen moment of defeating only the mini-boss. But Jay talks about the maddened karate. Jay interjects to ask if he's sure he doesn't remember that moment, but Hen assures him that he doesn't. Jay says his style was different during the boss battle. It became different. Until this moment, Hen had carried himself brokenly. But when he met the boss, the movements were different. Hen replies that it wasn't him, but the artificial intelligence in the boss battle. Jay was very surprised. He says it's cool. Jay suggests that Hen come up with a nickname. He definitely needs one. A longtime friend sends Hen an edited video. Hen is embarrassed because he has to watch a video about him. Very intriguing. Turning on the video, Hen notices that the mask is a different color. It is white, even though he chose black. Hen noticed that the style was really different. He should learn from the AI. The action shifts to Hen, who was possessed by the AI. A location boss appeared in front of them. He's attacking Hen! The hero has no problem deflecting the monster's blow. The monster proves to be too strong. He was able to flip Hen off. The girls got into a fighting stance. They are ready for battle. Bullets flying at the boss. That was one of Hen's skills. The moment, Hen finds himself behind the monster's back. He strikes from behind. The boss is furious. The monster tries to attack him again. However, the attack was blocked by the hero. He can't tolerate such humiliation from the man. Gathering all his anger, he attacks Hen. The hero stuns the monster for 10 seconds. The boss is scared and has nightmares thanks to the Thanatos nightmare skill. Hero lands a slashing blow to the monster. He's distracting the boss. Hero lands a flurry of punches to the enemy. The monster realizes he's lost, but he won't give up without a fight. With a furious roar, he enters phase 2. His eyes are filling with blood. His attacks are becoming more and more rapid. After unsuccessful attacks, the monster broke into a run from the hero. Hen uses the Coven of Death on the enemy. The monster was put to sleep and the attacks on it became twice as painful. Hen chains the enemy in place. The monster is screaming in pain. Hen defeats the dungeon boss. The levels increase one after another, and the rewards get better and better. System alerts. You have reached level 50. You have activated the exclusive quest of Descendant of Thanatos. Immediately after the boss battle, Hen falls into the dream realm. The action shifts to Inferno headquarters. After learning that Hen has reached the 50th level, Jo Minwoo calls the special department. He says the user has reached the right level. Reconnaissance will be sent soon. When user Hyun Song unlocked the class quest, a huge castle grew in Venea, which is located in the Empire. Venea is a popular city copied from Venice. Many players head there because of the beautiful views and architecture. Employees of the company are confident that iron-blooded monarch Harren will not neglect the castle. But the problem is Hen, who is asleep. He needs to get to the castle faster than the scouts, otherwise there will be trouble. Under the effects of narcolepsy, Hen won't wake up very soon. But the situation in the Empire is not easy. The Baron is a very cruel, unpredictable ruler. He has already sentenced many players to 100 years in prison. Jo reasons that Hen just has to get to the castle first. It will be great if the Baron doesn't pay attention to the castle. He wonders who the measures of Venus are now. Dorgnome is the Mur of Venea, greedy and selfish. There should be no problem with such a one. He's more likely to send regular users to the castle rather than someone stronger. In the event that the Baron takes over the castle, it's not just Hen who will be in trouble. He can awaken the monster that dwells in the castle, the Snake of Aquilior. Many years ago, the apprentice of Thananos imprisoned her in the castle, and now she is the most dangerous monster in the game. If the Baron gets to the castle early and loses to her, then the Empire will sink into chaos. The only option is to help Hen overpower her. Joe brings up something. As Hen reached the right level, this woman got it too, he recalls. She has something to do with Thananos, though she doesn't have a divine rank like Hen, only a legendary rank, which is also pretty good. Joe hopes that by combining forces, Hen and this woman will be able to overpower this thing. The action shifts to the man who, without exaggeration, has the most power on the continent. The cold-blooded monarch Harren. In front of him is his subordinate, who tells him about a suspicious structure in the eastern part of Venea. The Baron asks how that applies to him. After apologizing, the Baron releases his servant. The Emperor is surprised that everyone is afraid of him. He was taught from childhood to be strict and judicious, as a ruler should be. In battles, he spared no one. This is what helped him win countless wars. But his subordinates are simply afraid of him. He speculates that it would be a good idea to go out for walks, remembering what his subordinate told him. Out of boredom, he decides to organize a huge event where everyone can participate. He decides to have a fighting match. It should be fun. The main prize will be a wish. The winner of the tournament will choose what he/she wants as a reward. Empire Fighter Competition. An important event on the Korean server. Thanks to it, anyone can become famous. The action shifts to Hen, who is dying of boredom. Suddenly he stumbles upon something interesting. He finds kendo lessons from the developers of the idea. Its advertisements have become much more frequent of late. Hen realizes that the physical component is an integral part of the idea. After signing up for the gym, Hen chose the kendo school. He is already standing under the door of the section. He is met by a middle-aged man with a not-too-friendly greeting. Hen explains that he's here to learn kendo. Grandpa lets him in. Looking around the room, Coach gets into a fighting stance to have a practice fight with Hen. After a bit of dialogue, Hen attacks his future teacher. Coach lunges in his direction, but Hen doesn't miss. He blocks the punch. Teacher kicks Hen's leg. He practically knocked him off balance, however, he managed to stay on his feet. The teacher has seen what Hen is capable of. He suggests that this is the end of their friendly fight. Hen tells him that he would like to master other weapons. He needs a weapon that will be in his left hand. The teacher offers him a dagger. The teacher shows him techniques that can be done with daggers. No need to delay. Hen wants to start practicing right now. The action shifts to Rin, who is fighting werewolves. She and Ye Yun are still waiting for Hyun to wake up. In attempts to wake Hen up, he passes out from the game due to sleeping too long. Rin is too eager to recruit Hen. She will search him through his videos, but she will find him at any cost. After training, Hen rests at home. As suddenly he gets a message regarding a recruitment for a castle scouting mission that has recently appeared in Venea. After another training session, Hen returns home. He realizes that the hours of beating were not in vain. He is progressing. But he still couldn't beat the teacher. Impatient to try out his skills in the game, he plugs into Rihai, the nearest settlement the game has sent him to after a long sleep. Henu is yelled at by a guy in the square for buying up everything he has with him. He sells the things he doesn't need for 30,000 gold pieces, which equals 3 million won. Suddenly, he notices that he's received a message about an exclusive quest. He reads the mission and realizes that he definitely needs to get to the castle faster than the scouts, because otherwise, he'll fall to the first level. If he does make it in time, he can choose divine abilities. He's going to Venus. He arrives on the scene. Venea is boiling with a flood of people. Watching the other players, he realizes he needs armor. Hen is happy with the new things. He spent 1 million won on them. After gathering his thoughts, Hen goes to the castle. The action shifts to the residence of the mayor of Dorgnome. He asks his subordinate about the intelligence business. The subordinate replies that everything is going great. He hands his subordinate Raynor, leader of the superhumans, the banner of the monarch. Mur says he's counting on him. He shouldn't let the emperor down. Raynor doesn't like the measures. He wants to overthrow him. He has thought out a cunning plan in which he takes his position. At this time, there is a recruitment of men for scouting in the eastern square of Venea. Superhumans manager Edal is unhappy that ordinary players are being recruited into scouts. A beautiful girl walks up to him. In ideas, you can change your appearance just 10%, which means that in life, she is just as beautiful. She introduces herself as Hansoa. She is a level 110th level warlock. She ponders the fact that she shouldn't waste her time on such idiots. She needs to get to the castle right away. Adol is approached by a guy in a mask, who turns out to be Hen. Hen reflects that his mistake caused him to waste an extra 30 minutes, when all he should have done was look at the map. The action shifts to the office from where the workers are watching Hana and Hen. They were so close to each other but missed each other. Joe ponders whether their assignments are the same. Just as he thought, completely different. Hen needs to find the tracks, and Hana needs to defeat the snake. He has no choice but to hope for the best. The newly minted scouts are already standing in front of the gates of Venea. Hen ponders that this all looks suspicious, as the superhuman guild is unselfishly sharing the quest with ordinary players. None of that matters. He has his own goal. He will immediately abandon the squad as soon as they reach the castle. Hen notices that Idol, the guy who was recruiting people, is looking at him in a different way. Maybe he's offended by Hen's rudeness? They exchange furious glances, realizing that the two of them are up to something. After a while, the scouts make a halt. Hen goes into the forest to lure Idol there. He has the same goal. As expected, he attacks Hen from the back. No way! Idol is chained! Hen is surprised by this, for these are not his chains. They are different. Idol has fallen. Han emerges from the bushes. Hen wonders. After all, she too can use the chains of Thanatos. The girl wonders if Hen is okay. After an approving response, Hen walks away from her. He can't take that risk with two new abilities at stake. In the office, Joe is very angry. But Hen is understandable since they even have different quest assignments. He's got some kind of dark vibe. The action shifts back to the camp where the campout ended. Apparently, Adol's death affected this. In the real world, Adol calls his boss and tells him what's going on at the camp. He makes the decision to log into the game from Rainer's account. Upon entering the game, he sees the potential assassin of his comrade, for he is the only one standing in the mask. In the crowd of scouts, you can see Han pondering the quest she was given. It's not clearly stated. You just have to prevent the snake from resurrecting. Stupidity of some sort. Han realizes that by saving Hen, she has put herself and him in danger from the guild. Now she just has to protect him. Hen notices the other players staring at him. This raises suspicion. Fearing for his hide, Hen goes into the forest, where the guild men catch up with him. They surround him. Hen decides this is the perfect moment to look at his new skills. Hen rushes at his enemies with his new weapon. He spares no one. The hero is attacked by a guy who also wields a dagger, and this dagger was poisoned. Hen has landed a strike from the back. He's not going to let it go to waste. He continues to further annihilate his enemies. After the battle, Hen was satisfied. Not only did he get some experience, but he also got some good video footage. While sorting through the items of the fallen enemies, Hen notices something interesting with the corner of his eye. He's discovered a topographical map of Venea. He realized that with this map, he would have no problem finding the castle he wanted. At the same moment, he gives up the quest. Han, who has been watching the battle from start to finish, enters the scene. Han's skill amazes her. She wants to find out what Hen's goals are. She's very interested in him, but for now she's out of the game. Back in the game, Hen rushes to the castle in parallel, cutting down on all sorts of small things. In a moment he saw something, however. He didn't pay attention to it, thinking he just imagined it. It wasn't like he thought Han was following him. She thinks Hen is very cool. His skill with weapons amazes her. The leader of the superhumans is pissed at Yasuo, the guild man. He's screwing up again. Rainer is surprised that Hen is capable of doing anything without his ally. Well, it could be worse, he thought. With a heavy head, Rainer goes to bed. The action comes back to Hen. He has been running for a day and a half now, but he still hasn't reached his goal. Hen realizes that he will be caught up before he reaches the castle. Hen stumbles upon a group of 5 men. Apparently they are going out, leaving someone on the lookout. Judging by their positioning around the guild leader, they are his direct subordinates, thought Hen. He already has a plan in his head. The guild members are sitting around the fire, thinking about nothing. They are discussing their leader, Rainer. They think he is a coward. They sense magic in the air. But there are no monsters here wielding such power. Hen strikes from the ambush. The enemy is paralyzed! Hen takes out his enemies without much trouble. He notices that he's already been caught up. It was to be expected. The guild leader is back. He's furious and looking for Hen. He decides to come out and say hello. 5 magic-charged bullets fly at Rainer and the guild members. They are very angry, though no. They are furious. After 10 minutes of trying to reach him, he didn't come out. Rainer is very angry. He doesn't hold back and starts swearing. Effectively appearing in front of the guild head, Hen declares that he is already here. He had no difficulty defeating everyone and sent them to the real world, including the head of the guild. Hen reasons that his only obstacle is this mysterious girl. With these thoughts, he exits the game. Already in the real world, Hen is eating with his sister. He notices that she's tired. Hen tries to find out what happened. She tells them that the guild leader has started swinging too fast. Henna can't keep up with her anymore. Hen is glad that his sister is having fun and that she is having a good time. Hen inquires about the guild's numbers. Hen thinks it's a good sign since he's interested. She finally makes up her mind. Henna asks if her brother wants to join the guild. He is hopeful, but not now. Perhaps in the future. Well, that was close. She'd almost talked him into it. Before leaving for practice, Hen reasons that he won't be able to use the video of Rainer's murder, and it's a shame. Such material is wasted. Hen decides to send a video of the battle with 5 enemies. It will be more spectacular and cooler. Hen works out at the gym on the treadmill. He reasons that his main problem isn't with the guild, it lies with the girl. Hen hopes that she hasn't gotten the card yet. Either way, he needs to get into the castle. The action shifts to Jay, who, along with his team, is watching a video from Hen that was just sent. After seeing this, they reason out how many cases of Energizer they will have to buy. At this time, Hen is practicing with his teacher. He noticed that Hen's movements have become more sovereign. He is definitely practicing extra. They fight on equal footing. The teacher winces as he hits Hen's arm. He suggests we call it a day. He says he needs to examine Hen's arm. After bandaging his arm, Hen thanks the teacher and also adds that he will come to practice tomorrow. But the teacher is angry about it. Hen needs a break. He says it's best for Hen to rest until his arm heals. The boys say goodbye. They will see each other again tomorrow, after all. Hen has changed the teacher's mind. When he arrives home, Hyun discusses the topic of YouTube nicknames with his sister. She is surprised that her brother is running a channel. Hen explains that the channel is not run by him, but by his friend, and there's no way Hen can come up with a name. Henna's caregiver suggests the nickname Ashura. Henna likes this nickname. She assures her brother that it's a good option. Well, that's settled. The name of the channel from now on is Ashura. Hen really liked this nickname. A little later, he tells Jay about it. The hero enters the game, where he does a warm-up before running into the castle. He is stopped by Han, who declares that he is not going anywhere. A bunch of questions pop into Han's head. Han remembers how long she waited for him, even though it wasn't Hen's fault since they didn't set a time and place to meet. Han tells her that the point of her assignment is to prevent anyone from entering the castle, though this is partly a lie. Hen says he understands what this is about. He understood what the assignment was. He'd guessed it all at once when he'd seen her chains of Thananos. Hen says he needs to go to the castle just as much. However, Han wants proof. The first argument he provided was a map that Hen had learned by heart, so he would get to the castle either way, but if it fell into the wrong hands, he could be in trouble. After discussing all the points, the heroes came to the conclusion that their tasks were similar. Hen realizes she's not lying, but he even feels sorry for her, because she's too open-minded. After a while, the heroes still decided to introduce themselves to each other. Hen explains what his mask is for. He tells us that he has his own channel. He'd gotten so used to it that he'd forgotten all about it. Hen takes off his mask. Han starts to get embarrassed. Since they have similar tasks, Hen offers to make a run to the castle. Han can't refuse. A confused Han suggests adding each other as friends. Hen doesn't mind, so he sends out a friend request. The heroes reach the castle. It seems even bigger up close. They stand in front of the castle entrance. Hen offers to go in, but Han can't get into the castle. She has to guard it. Han thinks the castle came about because of her. Well, there's nothing to do. She'll stay to guard the castle. It's the only entrance. So Rainer will have to deal with Han. She reasoned that if her job was to simply guard the castle, she would use territory capture. She also uses the skill Sanctity. Khan begins summoning demons to guard the castle. Upon entering the castle, Hen sees a wyvern snake. It turns out to be bigger than he expected. A table and chair appears in front of him. This is the first stage of the test. The test consisted of questions about Thananos, the answers to which Hen did not know. Since Hen answered all the questions incorrectly, or rather not at all, his punishment is the highest difficulty. The snake clone awakens. The wyvern proved to be very sharp. She immediately strikes at Hen, who dodged her lunge. Hen takes off all his armor to make it easier to bounce back. The wyvern is getting wings. The wind currents she creates break the rocks behind which Hen can take a break. Flames rushing from her throat. One breath she took made the entire hall burn with flames. The hero decides to attack the wyvern. He realizes that his attacks are coming through, which means he has a good chance of winning. In anticipation of victory, he puts on his mask and begins recording the fight. He uses Nocturne, which allows him to wound the wyvern significantly. At this time, the workers in the Inferno office are watching the battle with their eyes wide open. All the employees are very worried and rooting for him. Joe asks if there are rewards for defeating a wyvern. The answer was approving. This was exactly what Joe had feared. He starts praying that Hen doesn't defeat the wyvern. The things that fall off it shouldn't be with players at such an early level. Hen follows up with more strikes to the snake. It puts a fear effect on the monster. Hen finds and gets to his enemy's weak spot. It grazes the wyvern's weak spot, however. It still holds on. He still has 10 minutes to defeat the monster. Hen uses the entire arsenal of skills he has. The most recent skill was Coven of the Dead. The wyvern won't just give up without a fight, so it starts spitting fire. He leaps away from the fire, chaining her down. Hen uses Berserk's song, now invulnerable to any kind of damage. A moment, and the copy of the wyvern was defeated. This fight was not an easy one for the hero. Hen is confronted by an unknown spirit-like figure. He calls Hen God. An apostle, Hen wondered. The apostle says that if he is here, Hen has defeated the wyvern. Otherwise he is in another room. After joking about the test Hen was trying to pass, the hologram apostle says he's about to give Hen the power. Hen is faced with a choice between two authorities. Whichever one he chooses, the second one can be obtained later. Call of Thananos, power. Active skill, the use of which kills all enemies within a radius of 100 meters, not counting the one who used it. The second skill, conscious sleep of Thananos, reduces the time of opening the store, but also reduces the amount of experience received by half. When used, it permanently takes away one level, as well as gives the ability to use any ability without recharging. Apostle says Hen made the right choice. It will be interesting to see him at the 100th level. After this dialogue, the castle began to go underground. Hen ran outside to Han. Han asked about the apostle. He also appeared to her. She says her assignment is over too. It's worth looking at the new skills she's been dropped. Han was not as satisfied as Hen. She reminds him that items were supposed to fall from the monster. Hen completely forgot about it. He opens the inventory. System alert, new item, Desert Mirage, bonus to movement speed. System alert, new item, Dream Belt, repels up to 5 unavoidable attacks per day. The system notifies you that there is a new item. Killian's Ring, bonuses to magic skills. Unfortunately, Hen will not be able to wear this item, because it does not pass the characteristics. And finally, the legendary item Heart of the Serpent. Once absorbed, all attributes and stats are doubled. System alerts, new item, Dragon Tongue skill book. When used, unlocks the new legendary skill Dragon Tongue. Dragon Tongue skill, ignores cooldown time for all magic skills. Han is happy for Hen, he's a lucky guy, which he also agrees with. The heroes say goodbye, making a promise to play with each other again soon. Han also fell skill, Alarm Clock. It allows you to wake up a sleeping ally, saving him all the effects. She's disappointed, because what's the point of waking up an ally while leaving a sleep effect? The action shifts to Hen, who is sitting in an inn. He is about to eat an item that has recently fallen out to him. Without hesitation, he eats the snake heart. The flavor was sweet, reminiscent of caramel. He puts on his recently dropped items such as boots and a belt. Today has been a productive day, so he decides to rest. The action shifts to Hyun and Jae sitting in a coffee shop. Jae has been up all night again. He looks tired. Hen reminds him that he should rest too, you can't work all day, to which Jae agrees. Ji adds that he edited another video that just needs to be posted. It's relatively short, but eventful. He asks Hen if he's come up with a nickname, because he just needs one. Hen calls the nickname Ashura. Ji is surprised and realizes it's about the three-faced god. Jae liked him very much. He remarked that the caregiver should be paid more for such effort. He adds that Hen should send more videos, but Hen assures his friend that he shouldn't recycle. It would reflect badly on him. Jae asks in the moment where Hen is now. He replies that he is in Venus for now. Hen says he has already reached level 74. He doesn't chase numbers. He enjoys interacting with players and completing various tasks. Jae says that Hen doesn't look like a player, that he likes to play on a team, but Hen assures him that he's bored with being a loner. The action shifts to Rainer, who is angry about the disintegration of the superhumans. He's mad at Hen because he ruined his plans. Well, there's nothing to do, so he creates a new account, since he's already wanted on Rainer. He gets a unique ranking. He thinks Hen doesn't stand a chance against him. The action shifts to Hen, who has just woken up and is doing warm-ups. He notices that a new skill has fallen to him, which he can't help but be excited about. New skill, Thananos Collection. For defeating bosses with him drops a soul, which can be exchanged for +1 level or +100 health points. Hen is contemplating whether to take another assignment. He chose the highest-paying assignment, which was also a team assignment. After choosing, Hen was approached by a guy who asked if Hen remembered him. It turned out to be Amir, the guy Hen sold the junk to. He offers Hen to join his squad with his comrades. Hen and the squad's goal is the same. They also go to the underwater cave. Hen agrees to go with them, especially since they offer good terms. He joins 4 other players on the squad. Hen and Amir arrive at the cafe where they are already expected. The first to respond to Hen's greeting is Kuma, who is an archer. After him, Luina, the healer, as well as Fian, the mage girl, answered. Despite their benevolent intentions, they don't turn out that way. The three text each other in a group chat room, discussing how they will rob Hen and Amir. An unsuspecting Amir says the hunt will be a great success. He likes his new comrades very much. The action shifts to the heroes already dealing with underwater monsters. Hen saves the inattentive Amir. Amir sends Hen the fins. Then they will divide the items. They just need to calculate their value. System alerts. Player Amir has sent you 547,000 gold. Hen is overjoyed. The heroes sit down to rest. They decide which way to go next. Amir says the right side has the most people. The left side has none at all. But it will be more difficult there. Archer Kuma says he wants to go left. The other players are just as okay with that. Hen also agrees with this decision. Well, it's decided. The heroes will move to the left side of the cave. Indeed, on the left side, the enemies are noticeably stronger. Hen is not deterred by this. He gets money from Amir again by selling him the fins that fell off the shark. The heroes take a halt again. Hen is pissed off about it, but it can't be helped. Hen notices that his new comrades are watching him. He doesn't like it. It makes him suspicious. He thinks back to Ye-un and Rin, wondering what they're doing now. Shark. The monster attacks Hen, but Hen has no trouble dealing with the onslaught. In order not to arouse suspicion about his skill, Hen sets himself up for a monster strike. Lost health is immediately replenished by the healer. Archer says he noticed something strange in the darkness. Hen guesses it's a hoax, as his reaction is much more than he has. Mir turns out to be a huge optimist. He says it would be nice to find a treasure room in the distance. The heroes come up against a wall that can probably be opened. As it happens, the heroes go in there. The heroes approach the boss room. So far there have been no attacks from Hen's new comrades, but all will become clear in this room. The squad enters the boss room, and Sabertooth Laquaton appears in front of them. Hen immediately attacks the boss while concurrently hitting the boss. He saves Amir, who yells for his allies to start attacking the boss too. All the heroes have attacked the boss. He's in trouble. Hen sets himself up for a monster attack. The Trinity corresponds. They are ready to attack Hen. The hero is struck by a hail of lightning. Taking advantage of the moment, the shark bites Hen. The hero is no slouch either. He attacks the monster. The villains didn't understand how he was able to survive. That makes them angry. They discuss what to do next. Kuma orders them to hit him again. The enchantress is attacking him! The play continues, but this time Hen dodges the lightning strike. He also bounces back from the holy beam. Trinity is in shock. What's wrong with their new comrade? With a combined effort, the boss was defeated. Hen continues to play with the fool mask and thanks his squad. Amir liked it too. He decides to give away all the stuff that fell to him from the boss. Hen chooses the Shark Torpedo skill, a spell that summons the Shark Queen of the Seas. Amir suggests he and Hen, who doesn't mind. Trinity says they had an emergency, so they have to go on vacation. After exchanging pleasantries, the characters say their goodbyes. The trio waited for Hen to leave, leaving Amir alone. They pursue the unsuspecting Amir. Amir's would-be assailants didn't even realize they were victims themselves, with Hen behind them. Hen deals with the villains in one fell swoop. 5 game days later, the trio found themselves in the same spot. They are perplexed as to what killed them then. The pathetic worms are already starting to get over it, discussing how much they enjoy watching other players die. They decide to lay low, but soon catch Amir. The bastards go in search of Amir, but someone will stop them from carrying out their nefarious plan. Hen is dealing with that little thing again. At this time, Jay is getting ready to upload Hen's video. He named it Hunter Asher. G is excited about the increase in views. He realizes that the video will become popular even without ads. The action shifts to Hen, who has gotten out of the capsule, but then he hears his sister screaming. Quickly running into the room, he asks what her problem is. She reveals that Ashura's video has come out. Hen is angry because he shouldn't be scared like that. Hen reveals that his friend is editing these videos. Hen is very surprised. She is just shocked. Could it be that G knows Ashura herself? Henna asks him to tell Ashura to consider joining their guild. Though it is small, it is elite. She really begs to talk to him to at least think about it. Hen says he'll try but promises nothing. Hen lifts his sister up to put her in the capsule. She will relay all the information she heard to the head of the guild. He tells her that she has gotten heavier. Henna replies that her brother is a loner. That's something you should never say to a girl. Hen understood everything quite clearly, and Hen was not offended. Hen wanted to please his sister with news that was interesting to her, but he would put it off for later. Jay calls his friend and asks if he watched the video. I haven't gotten around to watching Hen yet, but the video of him is in the top 1 searches on the internet. The The video has racked up 30 million views. And the channel itself has already passed 1 million subscribers. That's too fast. The action shifts to Ye-eun, who is practicing. She realizes that she needs to work harder to reach Hen's level. After the training session, she goes to Deha village, to the central square. Everyone is discussing Ashura's new video. It just hit the whole server. Indeed, the server. The whole world. Yet Yoon doesn't understand what all these people are talking about. Upon opening the video, she realizes it's her buddy Hen. People in the comments are discussing the location of the fight. They say it was near Venea. At this time, Rin also watches a clip in which he recognizes his old acquaintance. Suddenly, Henna comes running into the room, with questions about the video. She reports that her brother knows Ashura himself. Rin is happy about this. She asks her to tell her brother to tell Ashura that he should get the stuff that fell out of the boss. Henna is amazed at the awesomeness of her captain. She has hunted with Ashura himself. Already in the real world, Henna is asked to give a message to Rin Ashura. Henna reveals that Rin has already seen Ashura in the Wolf Cave game. Hen guesses that the guild leader is Rin, but she was playing with him from a second account. He reasons that Rin will have no problem revealing his identity, even if he comes in disguise, since she knows his real name. Hen insists on meeting, but Hen replies that Ashura is shy and can refuse. The action shifts to the Empire of Karin, where the Baron talks to his subordinate about the tournament, and that it will take at least a month to prepare for it. The Emperor says it is required to separate the participants, so there is no pun intended. At this time, the monsters are descending on Venus in droves. They have only one goal, to kill the descendant of Thananos. At this point, the descendant himself finally regained his reputation after killing players. Hen thinks he should learn more about Thananos' life story. Any information about him wouldn't be out of place. He comes to the Pantheon, the terms of entry of which are 100 reputation points. The guards at the entrance don't behave with Hen like the others. Maybe it's because of his high reputation. No, something is definitely wrong here. Even the priests are acting differently. Residents of the Pantheon, afraid of Hen, reason unknown. Players and even NPS are afraid of him. This is starting to annoy Hen. What did he do wrong? The hero is visited by a bishop who trembles at the mere sight of Hen. He apologizes for not accompanying Hen until now. Grandpa takes Hen to his chambers. He introduces himself as Balian. He is the temple keeper. Hen realizes it's not Bishop. Well, that's okay, but there was hope. Hen wanted to ask a question, but the door that was behind Balian had been blown out by some powerful explosion. A man in a priest's robe enters the room. The unidentified man starts crying with happiness. His deep bow before Hen was so sincere that his forehead rattled against the floor, emphasizing his respect. The man in the robe introduced himself as Libeus, priest of Thananos. The priest assures his master that he is wasting his time in this sullen place. He will take Hen out this very second. Hen didn't doubt the answer. The heroes advanced instantly. The heroes came to the altar of Thananos. The power of the place felt in every nearby stone. Hen tried to ask the question he was interested in, but Libeus prevented him from doing so. He fell at Hen's feet again, just as Libeus asked to address him as you, emphasizing his master's authority. Hen wants to know more about Thananos, while Libeus is immediately ready with an answer. The hero asks his new servant to tell his new servant everything he knows about Thananos. Libeus explains that Thananos is the strongest among the gods. There has been and will be no limit to his power. This information Hen knew from the beginning of the journey. However, it was all that Libeus had told him. The hero was about to leave, thinking that he had wasted his time, but Libeus would not just get rid of him. He would continue to serve his master, proving his loyalty. In the same way, the apostle himself ordered him to take care of Henna. Libeus added that he simply had to follow his master, because otherwise, Libeus would be cursed and would not be able to leave the temple. He also said that monsters will come to this place soon, but he's unsure about that. System alerts. Urgent quest. Defense of Venea. Hen instantly accepted the task. He wants to strike at the monsters before they can do so. The action shifts to the head of the development team, Kim Yura, who has just finished with her work. Now she'll be busy with the tournament, and all her troubles will be blamed on a descendant of Thananos. He might be the first player to finish the first chapter. She hesitates, but Hen's speed is amazing. She doubts it, but Hen's speed is amazing, and his lunatism gives him a huge advantage, and now he has Libeus with him. Kai tries to remember what happens during the time a player reaches the 100th level. Usually, when you reach the 100th level, one of two skills is opened. The first one is passive, but if the second one falls out, it can rightfully be called absolute. But the conditions of the game are such that the descendant of Thananos gets both skills at once. Kai asks the AI what level he can rise to if he defeats all the monsters and dragons. The AI responds that user Hyunsung will be able to get the 101st level. If he defeats the boss when sieging alone, he will receive a unique skill and 5 items as a reward. After considering all the options, Kai sits down to prepare for the tournament. But after realizing how strong Hen is, she gets very upset. The action shifts to Ye Yun, who is looking for Haiyan in the vicinity of Venea. Once in the city, the quest to protect Venea comes to her. She hasn't made a decision yet, but her main goal is to find Hen, which is what she will be doing in the near future. The action shifts to Hen and Libeus, who have already found a horde of monsters bearing down on Venus. Hen realizes that the monsters will notice them soon, so he asks Libeus to transfer Thananos' energy somewhere else. The servant doesn't miss a chance to praise his master. The giant boss orc notices that Thananos' energy has split in 2. Or was it 3, maybe 4? It's not clear to anyone but Hen. After a while, it dissipated altogether. To find the offspring, the monsters made the decision to split up and look for him wherever they could. Hen realizes that he couldn't have done it without Libeus. Hen thought that energy could only be changed, but not hidden completely. Hen reasons that there are a lot more monsters than he thought. He realizes that he can't complete this quest alone, so he needs Libeus' help. Hen reasons that he better take the elite bosses, he has to be the best. Hen is ready to begin. His choice of boss, in the form of a giant gray wolf. The leader of the wolf pack is already searching for Hen by scent. He senses Thananos' presence. He wasn't wrong. His sniff led the wolf straight to the descendant, or rather one of his belongings. Hen is not that simple. It was a deceptive maneuver. Hen is attacking the boss. The boss begins to howl, increasing the strength of his warriors. Hen took it as a challenge. He also uses buffs from Libeus. Rivalries rush at each other in a fury. But Hen isn't interested in the boss yet. He's dealing with his subordinates. Having dealt with the little things, Hen takes on the boss. He puts him to sleep. Without much trouble, he dealt with the first obstacle in his path. After obtaining the soul of his enemy, Hen uses the soul game skill to resurrect and subdue the wolf. The pack leader has been summoned. He is already awaiting orders from his new master. The hero's next target was Black Shirani, a snake that is famous for its venom. The heroes enter the battle with a snake. Hen's new pet is also quite useful, taking all of the boss's damage. A few successful attacks, and the snake was defeated. The next to fall at Hen's hands will be Ogre Akab. On top of that, the orc chieftain Firak will join him. Hen himself makes the decision to defeat the ogre. He engages in a boss fight, thanks to his mirage skill and his belt. Hen easily dodges the boss's attacks without forgetting to throw punches himself. To hasten the victory, Hen summons a tsunami of sharks. The sharks fly at the ogre at breakneck speed, constantly striking him. Things aren't going well for Hen, and he's starting to get surrounded. On top of that, the pack leader lost to the orc. Hen tagged the detractors with Thananos' melody, each of them being struck by lightning in the same second. The orc himself had joined the attack on Hen directly. It would be even harder for him now. Hen becomes annoyed with the situation and uses Thananos' dream, which strikes his enemies asleep. Also, the hero uses the skill Berserk. Now he has only 60 seconds to defeat enemies. He blinds the orc. He starts grabbing his eyes and squirming in pain. Hen goes behind the ogre's back and chops his head off his shoulders. An uneasy but graceful victory for Hen. He summons the soul of Akaba, which he has just gotten. The orc leader restrains Hen's movements with his skill. He can't budge. He hits the standing Hen, a huge crater forming at the site of impact, as if a meteorite had fallen there. The orc already thought he had gained the upper hand, but Hen, who got out in one piece thanks to the Berserk song skill, doesn't think so. Hen has no problem dealing with the shocked monster, taking its soul for himself. Suddenly, Libeus becomes very gloomy. He says that things are very bad. An old acquaintance of Haiyun's, Ye Yun, turns up at the scene of the battle. She says that after watching the video, she immediately guessed that Ashura is Hen. From the surroundings in the same video, she knew where to look for him. Hen suggests discussing things in a safer place, since the monsters have just woken up. The heroes have no trouble dealing with the monsters that just got up. Having dealt with the creatures, the heroes find themselves in Venea. Hen suggests going to a cafe. Libeus supports the idea, but his master has thoughts on the matter. Hen asks to find his second trace, which they talked about not too long ago. Libeus, without asking too many questions, went on a mission. Arriving at the cafe, Ye Yun is worried. She only came to bring the items that Hyun forgot, but it looks like she was following him. She's really embarrassed. Hen assures her that everything is fine. She has nothing to worry about since nothing bad happened. He's happy with the items Ye Yun brought him. A new sword and a skill book can't just be found on the road. New item, Sinclair, unique. A two-handed sword that reduces enemy defenses. New item, skill book, movement skill, unique. Allows you to learn the movement skill. Hen is very happy with the skill. He asks Yeun not to tell anyone that he is Ashura. It didn't take long to persuade her. She agrees to Hen's terms without a second thought. In a burst of dialogue, Ye-eun shouts out for Yun to add her as a friend on idea. She didn't expect that from herself. Hen agrees, for on their last shared hunt they made each other a promise to play together again. The hero is back at the inn. He can't wait to check out the skills he's dropped off, as well as the new sword. He learns the skill, Sweet Sleep. Thanks to it, he can fall into a deep sleep for 10 minutes. During the activity of the skill, Hen's health will be restored. Hen remembers that for the siege quest, he can get an item of his choice. That would be later, but now it was time to get to the heroic items he had acquired. New item: Infinite Dagger, Heroic. A dagger that increases damage for a percentage of mana. The action shifts to the Dawn company that Jay founded. They get calls about advertisements, contracts, and so on. They became popular because of the Ashura video. As of late, such calls have become more frequent, so Zha suggests opening a call center. Otherwise, the installers will just answer the phone, along with a useful business. Jay contacts a popular streamer under the nickname Anma. He was just as interested in Ashura. He asks to tell Z to mention Anma's guild. Maybe Ashura would like to join there. Jay doesn't promise anything, but says he will mention Anma on occasion. It's likely that Ashura will want to do a broadcast with him. Anma himself tells Jay about a tournament to be held in the Empire. Jay realizes that this information will interest his friend, so he immediately calls Hen. As expected, Hen is interested in this tournament, but Jay tells his friend not to pump himself up just yet, because after level 100, he'll be caught against the pros. After discussing the tournament, the friends move on to the topic of videos, with Hen ready to send 2 new entries. Hen sends a video of his victory over the bosses that were coming for Venus. After hearing the details that they were activated because of Hen, his friend's hair stands up. This video is sure to get a lot of views. After a while, the twins came to the movie theater. Hen is still agonizing over the fact that his sister can't walk. But all is not as he thinks. A little later, Henna tells the whole truth. There was no limit to Hen's surprise. He swallowed his tongue and his feet did not keep him on the ground. Hen is angry that his sister only told him now. Henna tells me that in 2 weeks she will be able to walk on her own without any assistance. Hen says that now his sister can go to university. She was a little surprised. But she was thinking about it herself. She agrees, but only on one condition. Hyun goes to university with her. The action shifts to Venea, where there is a siege of the city by the surviving monsters. Players try their best to defend the city, with mixed success, but they succeed. As dawn broke, it seemed that the monsters had retreated. But that's not the case. The takeover of the city is going completely according to the monsters' plan. At this time, Henna wakes up her brother by revealing that Ashura is already being spun on TV, even though the video was released just 2 hours ago. A local channel discusses Ashura's new video. The presenters have different opinions about the video and the hero's level. Some believe that he has the 100th level, and some, on the contrary, that he has the 300th level, and maybe even higher. Hen's affairs can be discussed later. So how are things in Venea now? A special guest says that things are very bad. The conclusion is one: Venea will fall. Breaking news. It has become known that Ashura is already at the eastern wall of Venea. Meanwhile, things are going badly on the wall. The monsters are on the offensive again. The attacking monsters were struck by a lightning strike. Who helped the regular players? It was Ye-eun. She fends off a wave of oncoming monsters. After a while, the monsters cornered her. Well, I guess this will be her first death in the game. No way! The monsters that were about to kill Ye-eun a second ago were gone. It's Ashura, he's come to help! With a slight sweep of his arm, he sends it into touch. Hen uses his newly acquired skill, Sweet Sleep. Now the AI fights in his place, while Hen himself can watch from a first-person perspective. The players are happy, their savior has come to help them. Hen thought about the fact that it would be interesting to fight against an AI that was mastering him. Although it was unlikely to be possible. There was no limit to Ye-eun's joy and happiness. She was saved by Ashura himself. Elite monsters appeared in front of Hen, the kind of monsters he hadn't dealt with yet. Apparently they weren't so simple. Dodging the monster's punch, Hen attacks it! It takes away the enemy's ability to see. Thananos' soul game has been activated. Hen now has a personal elite monster at his disposal. Hen continues to fight off the horde of enemies that have infiltrated the city. He's lucky that the Sweet Sleep skill has deactivated, because if he gets level 100, he won't be able to participate in the tournament with the pros. He leaves the battlefield, having first taken his loot and changed his clothes so he won't be recognized. Hen ponders what he should do. He can't leave Venus, but he can't skip the tournament. Suddenly, an absent Libas appeared. He makes the decision to quit. Libius as always praises Hen for his decision. He thinks it's brilliant. He prepares to exit the game, narcolepsy skill activated. Out of the game, Hyun sends a new video to Jae. Now he has to get ready to go to the hospital with his sister. As he leaves the room, he sees his sister watching Ashura's new video, but his face has been plastered over. Arriving at the hospital, the heroes discuss Ashura joining the guild. He hasn't given a definite answer yet. After a while, they arrive at Henna's doctor's office. Her brother has something to talk to the doctor about, but first, she takes Henna to the procedures. She apologizes for having to deceive Hen. He, on the other hand, replies that everything is fine, she shouldn't worry. He thanks the doctor for treating her sister. She says it is difficult for disabled people to cope psychologically with treatment. It can be family pressure as well as other factors. But Henna's situation was different. She fought to make her brother happy. Hen says he's proud of Henna, a shame that he didn't spend much time with her because of his constant work. The heroes say goodbye. They thank each other for the work they have done. The doctor gets a call from someone who says the capsule has been delivered. He recalls that the doctor has never been interested in games. Why the sudden urge? The answer is simple: a sudden urge. At this time, there is a meeting going on in the Hero Guild. The reason for the meeting is Ashura and his involvement in the quest in Venea. Kaiser states that he would not want to be in the same guild as Ashura. All unofficial rankers are arrogant. However, he does not deny his talent. So he also reminds us that we shouldn't get our hopes up about Ashura joining the guild. Even that girl refused. But all he hears in response is that she is of legendary rank. But is that the reason? The theme changes. Now it's the introduction of Henna's brother. As they think he's a minimum of unique rank, plus he knows Ashura personally. Now it's clear to the guild members what this is all about. Rin wants to lure Ashura through Henna's brother. Their next goal is to go to Venea and try to recruit Ashura. Aiden, an official rank, one ranker, and the head of the Xinhua Guild, enters the room. Rin asks him to explain a few things. He explains that there aren't many guys in Xinhua who are lower than level 150, which is why they decided to use buffs. He explains that high-ranking guild members will buff those who enter Venea. The main problem is that the guild can't buff every player. During research, it was found out that monsters will remove the barrier when they enter a certain area. Then Xinhua will just buff the monsters. But there's a much more interesting idea, and it belongs to Ashura. Heroes will have to use Pantheon, then NPS will be able to pass through barriers that have a level limiter. Ashura will take care of the rest. At this time, Libius has a dialogue with the bishop in which he affectionately insists on giving Hen the Pantheon. The purpose of the guild is to support Xinhua and assess Ashura's abilities. The heroes travel to Venea, except for Rin and Eden. Top 1 ranker interjects if Ashura is a target of their guild. He also mentioned Henna's brother, who knows him personally. He says they should hurry, as the Black Guild has already begun preparations. The Black Guild is the second largest alliance on the Korean server. Clashing with Xinhua will lead to a battle. They act like Ashura has already agreed to join their guild. They will try to buy Ashura, for they have a lot of money. In case Ashura refuses, they will try to eliminate him. They will be unstoppable. Rin guesses that they might be up to something at the tournament, so Eden tells her to take part herself. He hints that Guild of Heroes should already make itself known, since it's already been a year since the game's release. Eden gives advice that the guild should try to get the attention of not only Ashura, but that girl as well. That's settled. It's time to go to Venus. At this time in the Empire office, Joe is inquiring about Hen's progress. He has reached level 99, which means he passes most of the criteria. He gets a call saying that the manager's daughter will also be in the tournament. The action shifts to Hen, who wakes up in a familiar place, but he's pretty sure he fell asleep in the middle of the street. He receives a notification that the urgent quest in Venea has been completed, and the rewards have been added to his inventory. New items in inventory. Box with random item to choose from, unique. Random skill book, unique. Hen chose, Battle Dog leather armor, Tylo's equipment. Watching Libius, he realizes he needs to distance himself from him for a while. He orders Libius to guard the temple while Hen himself is away on business for a while. Naturally, Libius listens to his master without question. Hen moves to Armen, the outskirts of the capital. He decides to go for a walk, without Libius. He feels more at peace, as suddenly, the system alerted that the apostle had sent Libius to his master. The priest was pleased to meet his master so soon, however, he was completely naked. Libius justified it by saying that he had planned to take a bath before teleporting. Well, with nothing to do, Hen tells Libius to find clothes, after which they head to the capital. At this time, the leaders of the Black Guild are discussing important news. The leader of the Black Knight Guild, Chungu, asks if the tournament will start in 6 days as promised. Black Spy Guild leader Hvarin replies that it's unlikely, the developers are still finalizing the tournament, meaning it will start in about a week. Black Wizard Guild leader Flay inquires about Ashura's participation in the tournament. The leader of the Black Merchants Guild, Helia, replies that she is not interested in Ashura. She is more concerned with the members from their alliance. Chungu asks what his comrades still think about Ashura's invitation. The leader of the Black Mercenary Guild, Zerable, replies that of all the pro players, it is his Ashura that they should get. All the leaders are of the same opinion. Someone agreed. So there is no conflict. While Han is practicing off the map, she remembers Hen, and wonders how much stronger he's gotten since they last met. The action shifts to the Guild of Heroes, who are disappointed that they couldn't catch Ashura in Venea, but this time, they succeed. Guild members question the interest of watching Ashura's matches, as he is much stronger than the others. Rin assures them that they shouldn't be sure of Ashura's victory, as the other major guilds will send their best members. Rin had called an emergency meeting for a reason. She needed to decide who would represent the guild at the tournament. Besides, that girl had agreed to participate in the tournament. Therefore, they must make themselves known. At this time, Joe is contemplating the actions that will be in the tournament. The pro players complain about Ashura because he's too strong, but nothing can be done about it. Also, today is the day the DP store gets updated. Hen is now in line for a tournament where the player level has not reached the 100th level. To pass the wait, he decides to open the DP store and check out the new skills. While looking over the legendary skills, he notices something interesting. Maybe if he combines rare, unique, and heroic skills, he can show something extraordinary at the tournament. The system welcomes Hen to the tournament. If he passes the check, he will be automatically entered into the tournament. Before the trial begins, he turns on the tape for Zay. He shows off his skills. They are impeccable. Ashura is one of the contenders to win. He destroys all the monsters, thus passing the selection, while setting a new record. Players discuss the new check record at the tournament. Hen sees a table in which he is ranked in the honorable first place. Pro player Lucifer is very angry with Ashura. He promises himself that he will wipe him out. The tournament is about to begin. The commentators welcome the audience to the Ideas Coliseum. All players are interested in watching an outstanding player, an inimitable warrior, Ashura. His absence from the tournament is annoying as everyone is looking forward to him. The commentators discuss the group of players up to the 100th level. That's where pro players should appear, as well as the first ranker Lucifer. His first opponent will be Ark. It will be an exciting battle. At this time, the reporter was able to interview 2 participants. The first of these was professional player Ark. The reporter asks what Ark felt when he first entered Idea. He replied that he was under a strong impression. The game struck him with its realism. "What do you expect from today's tournament?" she asked. Ark replied, "No particular expectations. There will be many talented players, including Lucifer. But the one I'm looking forward to the most is Ashura." When asked, why him? Ark replied that Ashura was the greatest player. The next guest is one of the most anticipated players, Lucifer. He was asked the same questions as Ark. Lucifer's goal is to win the tournament. Finally, he was asked who he expected to see at the tournament. Could it be Ashura? However, Lucifer replies that he expects no one. He is the ultimate idea player, and Ashura himself is a mere amateur unworthy of attention. The commentators talk about an innovation that came out of this tournament. They're talking about dungeon clearance for time. Each participant gets into a separate dungeon divided into 3 levels. At the very end of the player awaits the dungeon boss. The same approach will be used in the finals. It turns out that the players who were able to complete the dungeon the earliest will make it to the finals. The tournament is declared open. Lucifer's words hurt Hen, who was watching the broadcast. He'll show him who's a pro and who's an amateur here. In arena dungeons, bosses are much stronger than the average player. This is logical, because the monster must be stronger than the average player. At this time, Ark is being tested. He is reading his opponent's every move. His attentiveness is astounding. In another dungeon, Lucifer is also fighting monsters. He's already taken half of the boss's health off. He's getting bored. Lucifer is already imagining how he's going to be the strongest in this game. After that, he would be able to join the Black Guild. They offered Lucifer 3 times what he earns as an ordinary player. Only a fool would refuse such an offer. Lucifer considers Ark a lowlife, for he refused Black. His only concern right now was why Ashura hadn't shown up. Though what should we expect from a YouTube amateur? Well, that will all come after the challenge. But now it's time to wrap it up. Commenters report that they have received breaking news. The first stage was completed in just 4 minutes and 31 seconds. This is simply unbelievable. The entire audience is in shock. How could this be possible? The last record set was 23 minutes. But wait, the sword in your right hand. Dagger in the left! And the mask on his face, is it really him? Yes, it's Ashura. The audience is shocked. He's below 100th level? But how is that possible? His heart is hot and his head is cold. He fights with his boss, the snake. The audience has no words, only emotions. His movements are so fast, but at the same time elegant. Ashura's player completed the stage in just 9 minutes and 13 seconds. He's setting a world record again. Who is this amazing player? Ashura moves on to the third stage where a vampire is already waiting for him. But even he is unable to resist the might of Ashuri. He deals with the enemy, once again setting a world record. The hero's talent simply cannot be overlooked. His battles were watched by Khan. She is just as amazed. Ashura has gotten stronger since their last meeting. She ponders that if she wins, she will write to Ashura and tease him. The action shifts to Rin, who is also puzzled as to how one can become so strong in such a short period of time. But she's no slouch either. Rin will train and become very strong. Viewers are shown the overall result of the prelims, where Ashura took first place. Khan ponders that at this rate, she won't get a chance to cross paths with Ashura. Rin is upset at the defeat. This way she will never recruit Ashura. Lucifer didn't care about meeting him. Ashura overshadowed him. Lucifer hoped he would be the highlight of the tournament. Ark alone remained silent and stared at the results. Hen exits the pod. He walks into the hall to his sister, who was watching the tournament. He lies to her that he was disqualified and couldn't qualify for the tournament. Hen asks her sister about Rin and her place in the tournament. Henna is happy for her leader, but upset that that girl was able to beat her. She says that not too long ago her guild tried to recruit that girl, but she refused, justifying it by saying that she wouldn't play with players weaker than her. Everyone from the Hero Guild was able to take a spot in the top. Henna says that Rin and that girl are nowhere near Ashura. She suggests that her brother watch the tournament with her tomorrow. But Hen has already promised to watch it with Jay. Hen goes to bed early. He wants to prepare that skill and show it off at the tournament. The action shifts to commentators talking about pro gamers who are roaring about Ashura. Hen's fight with Vampire last night was posted on YouTube. His opponents should have taken advantage of that. But it's just another way for him to become more popular. The battle standings have already been added. Everyone is eagerly waiting for the battles to begin. While the commentators chatted, the first match began. The participants of the first battle will be Ashura and Izel. Ashura looks different. Now he's fighting in the style of a knight. Izel senses his intimidating aura. Izel had only learned the hunter style, but now he would be fighting a knight. This was something he didn't expect. The match is about to begin. Ashura falls asleep for a while thanks to the sweet sleep skill. The match has just started, and Hen is already being hit by bullets, which he dodges without much trouble. Hen pounces on Izel, but Izel calls for the shield. That's not the case. Ashura shatters the shield with just one punch. Ashura continues to pound away at his foe. He has no problem bringing him to his knees. Lucifer watches the game. He is angry. How can an upstart like Ashura be so powerful? Zerubal writes to Lucifer that if he loses to Ashura, he can forget about his guild contract. After the match, the black leaders discuss Izel's defeat. Chungu interjects about Ashura and his joining the guild. Zerubal reminds them that they made a promise to Lucifer. It would be foolish not to keep it. He is told that the guild will act based on the results. The other guild members are struck by Zerubal's confidence in Lucifer, what he will do if he loses. He replies that he won't do anything about it, but adds that an average player is unlikely to beat a pro. Well, there's nothing left for them to do but watch the events unfold. At this time, the last match of the third stage takes place. Lucifer defeats his opponent, and that concludes the last match of the third stage. Time to summarize the results and choose the best player of the third stage of the tournament. Without any doubt, the best becomes Ashura. The commentators ask the audience not to disperse, because in just 10 minutes the next stage of the tournament will begin. And now there is an opportunity to interview Ashuri, which wowed the viewers. The reporter is curious to know how Ashura feels after defeating a pro player. He replied that it was a completely different level, but he expected this because he knew where he was going. He adds that he will do his best to overpower his opponent. The final question was, what did Ashura think about the words of Ark, who said, Ashura is the greatest player in the expanse of idea. He thinks Ark is wrong. After he says that, he flies through the air. Moving to his chambers, Hen reasons that he must prepare for the next stage. A little while later, Ashura started a fight that ended as quickly as it began. He appeared in the form of a hunter, which completely confused his opponent. The next fight will be a confrontation between Ark and Yeun. Both contestants think only of victory, because behind it is a fight with Ashura himself. The battle begins. Players fight on equal footing, not letting each other down. No one concedes to watch the movements of the players. The battle is very interesting. Ark strikes with an icy brass knuckle punch. Ye-eun realizes that she won't be able to repel the blow even if she puts up a block. She's giving up. The heroes thank each other for the gift of battle experience. After Ark's victory, he is interviewed. The guys from the Guild of Heroes are watching the games. Any minute now, the 4th stage will begin. The 6th-stage players have one problem. They're all from the same hero guild. They are the elite of the idea, each of them capable of overcoming Lucifer. In the distance, Rin notices that girl. I wonder if anyone from the guild will be able to overpower her. Han isn't too interested in the guild. Her goal is to fight Hen. Or rather, Ashura. Khan enters the arena, the players cheering her on. Many men are struck by her beauty. Her opponent will be Vern. He recalls that the last time they saw each other was 2 months ago. But Han noticed that he had been watching her the whole time. Vern laughs, replying that he was exposed after all. Most of the Hero Guild participated in this tournament, but I don't think their skills are good enough to participate, said Han. I don't expect to win, but I'll try to put up a decent fight, replied Vern. He asked if her words that if she lost, she would consider joining the guild still stood. Her answer was yes. Well, they decided to start a fight. Player Vern is on the attack. He puts all his power into his punch. She didn't dodge. She fought back with her scythe. Han is going to launch an attack. Vern blocks a jab and Khan jumps back to a safe distance. Warrior comes in close to Khan, performing a sweep before a future strike. He strikes, but what happened in that moment? Khan dodges the punch. She chains up her opponent. Khan lands a decisive blow. She becomes the winner of the last match of the 4th stage. The action shifts to the Emperor, who reasons that Ashura will win the tournament. He asks his subjects to find out everything they can about Ashura. Under the cover of night, the Emperor's squad strains into Ashura's drawing room. But it's not that simple. They were spotted by Libius at the entrance. The Emperor's servant tries to attack him, but he fails. Libius says that's why the Emperor's dogs piss him off. After all, he didn't even attack the Emperor's servant. He asks for a message to be sent to the Emperor. I don't understand what you want from us. But if you don't want to fight against us, the servants of Thanatos, then please be kind enough to treat us more respectfully. He also sends a message to a priest from the temple. Libius reports that the monarchs have spotted Hen. In response, Libius hears that war cannot be allowed. The heroes make the decision to just wait. Libius reasons that if someone attacks Hen, the empire will end. The Emperor's servant relays Liba's message that he recorded not too long ago. The Emperor gets a chuckle from hearing the message. He recalls that when he was at the peak of his powers, he lost only once. The one who defeated the Emperor was the Apostle of Death and Sleep. The Emperor doesn't mind taking revenge. He picks up the orb and asks the man to connect him with the priest. The Emperor has something to talk to him about. The next day, Libius reports to Hen that something happened tonight. Libius says he met the Emperor's minions, but Hen thinks it's because of the tournament, since the tournament is imperial. Hen leaves to train and Libius calls the Holy Father, realizing he's in big trouble. The Holy Father confirms Libius' status and tells him to shovel his own mess. After a while, Hen in the real world calls Jay. He asks if he can withdraw money from YouTube. Hyun got 2 million won. He's overjoyed. Wait. The amount was not in won, but in dollars. That's what popularity means. With time running out, the second match of the next stage ends. Within 5 minutes, the third match will begin. Finally, the Ashura fight, thought the Emperor. Archmage Julia asks, did the Emperor bring her here just for this? She criticizes Ashura. Ashura and Ark come to the ring. But why is Hen wearing a blue mask? Could he be showing a new self? Now he is not holding a dagger or a sword, but a real magic staff. The match is on. Ashura attacks the opponent with a hail of fire from the first seconds. Ark is cold-blooded. He recoils from attacks while lashing out at Ashura with his jerks. He couldn't read Ashura's attack, so he catches the fireball. Ark once again dodges his opponent's attacks, whilst flying through the air. He sees a window of opportunity to strike Ashura. But that wasn't the case. Ark was attacked by the Black Flame skill, the strongest among mages. Ashura has been declared the winner. After the match, Hen thanks Ark for the match, as they also add each other as friends. The fourth round begins. The first match was taken by Ai, the second match of the 4th stage. Kaiser defeated Tanguri in the surrender of his guildmate. The next match is for Stu. The last match in this stage will be one of the most epic duels ever. Rin vs. Han Seoa. Hen is watching this match. He's very curious to see which of these two will get the upper hand. The match is on. The girls fiercely went on the attack. Han strikes with his scythe, but Rin dodges masterfully. Khan attacks his opponent with chains, one of the most important skills of the descendants of Thanatos. The chains shackle Rin. There is nothing left for her to do but break them. Han lands a crushing blow that puts Rin in a scythe. Watching the match, Hen feels sorry for Rin. If she kept the right distance, she wouldn't have made such a critical mistake. He already has a plan for the finals, so he'll stay home today and prepare better. Libius turns up in the room. He was very excited, the way Hen had never seen him before. Just as suddenly, Archmage Julia, the continent, 5000, is in the room. She asks Hen to be her apprentice. Henu gets the achievement, Survive after meeting Julia. Henu becomes uneasy. Who the hell is she anyway? She tells me that they call her Catastrophe. She is one of 5000 of them. Julia is the only one on her continent who can use magic, which is why she is considered the strongest. She says that Hen has time to think about it, so he can take his time with his choice. After a while, Hen read the comments about Julia. She doesn't have a good reputation for killing players with impunity. He wants to drop out, but how? Hen will suffer the same fate as the rest of the poor souls. Julia returns to the Emperor, who is already waiting for her. The Emperor doubts Julia's manners, so he asks her if she behaved honorably in front of Ashura. Before she can reply, the Emperor orders her not to go near Ashura again. He will now deal with him himself. It's finally happening! The match everyone has been waiting for. Lucifer versus Ashura. The battle begins. Lucifer doesn't hesitate and rushes in to attack. Ashura doesn't take a nap and lays a Thananos melody on his opponent. That's it. Ashura wins. He only needed one ability to defeat Lucifer. Award ceremony. Archimagus Julia personally awards the winners. Hen recalls the name. He's heard it somewhere before. Suddenly, narcolepsy has activated. Hen falls right at the ceremony. People are screaming that Julia killed Ashura. After a while, Hen woke up in a place unknown to him. Apparently, it was the Emperor's castle. Hen's faithful servant comes running to him. He's glad his master is awake. The Emperor's servant has entered Hen's chambers. He says he has been ordered to bring Ashura as soon as he wakes up. Libeus says that in the event of rudeness from the Emperor, it will be a sign that war has begun. Those words scare even Hen. Ashura walks into the throne room. The Emperor apologizes for Julia, who treated Hen rudely. He also congratulates Hen on winning the tournament, albeit late. Before giving the reward, the Emperor wants to talk to Hen. The Emperor offers Hen to become his apprentice, and he does so completely sincerely. Hen ponders. He begins his response with an apology. He says he loves freedom and adventure, so if he agrees, he will be tied to a specific palace. Julia laughed at Hen's words. The Emperor explains that there is no need to be in the castle all the time, because there are skill books. He adds that those who become attached to their masters cannot write their own book of skills. The Emperor rephrases his original question. Is Hen ready to become his apprentice? Hearing all these words, Hen agrees. Ashura has been honored with the title Disciple of the Two Heavens. The Emperor hands Hen a legendary rank skill book. New item, skill book, Mastery of the Sword of Heron, rank legendary plus. Hen has a new skill, the art of wielding the Sword of Charon. This skill is considered the strongest on the continent. 5000. The Emperor tells Hen that Julia will escort him to the Imperial warehouse. After Julia and Hen have left, the Emperor beckons to Libeus. He had long ago noticed his presence in the hall. Libeus says that the Emperor is not as simple as he seems. He is not so easily eliminated. The Emperor begins. I've been thinking, since Ashura is now my apprentice. Libeus, along with the Emperor, walk off into the distance, discussing something important.